In this video, I'm going to talk about how to be the best version of yourself in 30 days. Sounds pretentious? For me, I don't think so it's pretentious, but I can say yes and no. I know that many of you might even wonder why yes and no. I'm going to tell you that right now if you stick through this video. It's a really amazing thing that you clicked on this video in the first place. Okay, so let's just continue with this. And there's a question. There is a question which I want you to ask yourself. The question is, what is the best version according to you? What is your best version? Because everyone has their own understanding of what their best version is. Because people are different, personalities are different, desires are different, a lot of things are different, and that's what makes us unique. And that's why your definition of what is the best version for you is going to be different. And that's why I would say that even like titling this video as how to be the best version of yourself in 30 days is pretentious, because maybe you define your best version of yourself to be like really famous or really successful or whatever it is that you say. It's gonna take time. Yeah, if you say the best version of yourself is to probably get fast food for tonight's dinner, I don't think so that's gonna even like take 30 days. I'm just like, that's like, if that's the best version of yourself, if you see the best version of yourself as having fast food every day, that's the best version of yourself, then you can do it in a few days. Doesn't even take time, okay? But if you have like ambitious goals, or you see an ambitious future where you see yourself doing a bunch of things, it's gonna take time. You won't be able to reach that in 30 days. It's not possible, okay? So what is possible is to get started. Get started and see some results in these 30 days, okay? You might not reach the best version of yourself, but you can reach the better version of yourself. And I'll tell you how much of time will it take for you to go from currently the way you are to a better version of yourself. 2 minutes. That's what it takes. 2 minutes. That's all it takes from you for you to go from your current self to a better version of yourself. Not even like 30 days. You don't even think, oh my god, I have to do it for 30 days. You don't have to do it for 30 days. 2 minutes. Just takes 2 minutes to go from who you are to a better self. Now, why 2 minutes? It is because when you set the right belief, you set yourself up in the long term for success and for improvement and for whatever your goal is. Set the right kind of belief. Take action. And taking action takes 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes. You shouldn't even take 2 minutes, but you should think about it a little bit. Taking action can change your life. And you can be the better version of yourself, but if you just take action, it's that simple, okay? It's not rocket science, okay? I'm not telling you to get a degree in self-improvement or something. You have to just have that feeling of being uncomfortable and you have to just power through it. Or you prep your mind in a sense that it doesn't feel that uncomfortableness whenever it encounters things in your life. Either you do that, that takes time, that takes effort, and that takes techniques. Either you do that or you do something which is accessible to you right now, which you can do right now, which is to power through the feeling of feeling uncomfortable. You can do that right now as well. And watch that action. Continue watching this video. Duh, I'm not gonna tell you to go and, talk to someone on the street or something like that. No. Simple thing. Continue watching this video and you will get to know what things you have to do and the steps that I'm going to tell you right now to becoming a better version of yourself and see results in the 30 days. And that's how simple it can be. 30 days. Now for some it might be a lot, so some it might not be a lot. But depends on each and every person and how they see it, okay? But at the end of the day, I want to just clear something out for you. If you're trying to look for a quick fix for something, or you're just trying to, improve yourself for the 30 days, or you want to just have this huge transformation in your life in just like in a matter of few weeks, I'll tell you right now that's not gonna happen. Like, Seriously, no one gets that overnight fame or success in anything in their life. That's how life is. Life is a game. And games have levels. Games have bosses that you have to defeat. Games have different kinds of levels. And life is just like a big, huge video game. If you understand it in that sense, life is like a huge video game. And all you have to do is to know how the player works, how you can take benefit and go level up from each level to another level. And the fun fact is that there's no hack to this game called life, okay? If you have played video games, you know that if you can have like hacks or mods through which you can just speed up the game. But something that you will notice is that there's no fun in it. If you have done it ever before, and if you have hacked another game through some mods or some applications, if you have hacked a video game and you have played the video game and you have come to the point where you have achieved everything in the video game, at first you'll feel good, but after some time you'll be like, nah, you don't get that feeling of fulfillment, that feeling of, joy, that thing that, yes. You know why you don't get it when you hack a game? Because you didn't do anything for it. You just used a mod and you just got these things, And the things that we don't earn, we don't value. And value is something that makes things go for the long term. Okay? So there is no hack to this game. I'll tell you this right now, right at this moment. You have to work and you have to do it consistently. Okay? Before I even jump down to these methods, this is very important. Okay? I don't want you to be in that mindset that, oh, I'll just do this for some weeks and I'll change. It's not gonna happen. I have tried it. I've tried it thousands of times. And I have literally wasted an entire year of my life trying to do these quick hacks and quick ways of changing myself. And the only thing I ended up doing is hurting myself physically and mentally and wasting a lot of time. Seriously, you might think that you would be saving time by having that quick transformation, but you will be just bringing a lot of hurt on yourself. Okay? So stick with me right now and let's go jump on those steps that I'm going to tell you. The first thing is to understand what's that best version of yourself. Everyone has a different understanding of what their best version is. So you have to understand what's your best version. Who's that best version? Who's that person that you're going to chase? Not person as such. Who's that, person in the future, the future you that you're going to chase. You have to know what's that future you that you're going to chase. Okay? Which is very important. Okay? This is something that you should know about and you should understand. Okay? Once you get to know what that best version is, you will exactly know how much time it's going to take you, and you would exactly know what you have to do in order to get there. Because once the destination is clear, everything else feels a bit lighter and things just appear in a way that you have not seen before. It's all about clarity. Whenever it comes to improving yourself, you should have clarity within yourself to improve yourself. If you don't have any end, you don't have any goal, you don't have any destination to reach, the journey is useless then. The journey is a never-ending journey which you will never see any satisfaction through. People usually say the major part of the thing is journey, and that's true. Because if you don't have the journey, you will not feel fulfilled. But you should also have some end point to the point that once you reach it, you will feel that fulfillment. So you should know your destination. That means you should know what your best self is. Now, if you have come to this video, I know that you might have some idea what your best version is. I hope that you do. If you don't, you can figure it out. That's why I'm going to give you 3 days to figure it out. 3 days. Not more than that, not less than that. 3 days, and I understand that 3 days is just the amount you need when it comes to understanding what that best version is. Okay? And I'll also give you some ways through which you can understand what that best version is. And something that I'd say which is very common, I practice it very frequently, is imagining. Have a good imagination, because what happens is that the more you imagine about what your future looks like, the better understanding you have of what that best version is. who do you see yourself as in the next 2 years, or who do you see yourself as in the next some months, let's say, whatever the duration is that you want to keep. As soon as you start to imagine that, you will start to see things in a way, you'll start desiring some things, desiring to have something, an improvement in yourself or an improvement in your body, whatever it is that you want to achieve, any kind of improvement, any kind of thing that you want to achieve in your life, you have to understand that you have to improve yourself. That's very important. If you don't improve yourself, you will have a really hard time achieving those things. Okay? So I'm telling you this right now, straight up, you have to understand how to achieve those things. And understanding how to achieve those things will only happen if you understand how you are as a person. Who is that best version? Okay, so it's very important that you understand what's your best version. That's the step one. 3 days, give yourself time, see, do future prospecting, introspect, see who you are as a person and who you want to be in the future. Understand those things. And once you have a better idea of what your future self is, or you have an imagination or some basic understanding of what those desires are, I want you to go deep. What do I mean by deep? I mean, I want you to understand what are the capabilities, what are the skill sets that you, the best version of you, has. Okay? You 2.0 has. Okay? Let's just put in that phrase. To achieve those things, whatever it is that you desire, you are going to require a particular mindset and a skill set to reach there. It's obvious. You can't reach anywhere without acquiring certain knowledge and certain skill sets. How do you make skill sets? You get it through experience, through practice. How do you get knowledge? You get knowledge by understanding yourself and researching and understanding and learning, absorbing those things in. But knowledge is only 50% of the thing. If you don't have experience, if you are not practically doing something about it, you are not going to get those skill sets. I have never seen someone who has gained a skill set just by knowledge and they have not used and have not done anything practical to get that skill set. Never happens. That's why I say knowledge and skill set is very important. So knowledge part will come later, but right now I want you to understand what are those skill sets that your best version has. Note it down. Note everything down. It's very important. Okay? And I want you to do this right now, because the quicker you do it, the better it is. Okay? So you don't forget it. We as humans, we just scroll through, videos and posts and we don't even see those things. And we don't even remember it afterwards. So I want you to take note of these things somewhere right now. Pause this video right now and go take a notepad, something that you can write on, and write these things down. Okay? Or watch this video again and write it down. Whatever it is that you want to do. Okay? So the first part, understanding your best version, seeing yourself in the future, understanding what that best person is, how that best version interacts in a particular situation. Let's say that you have a situation, a sensitive situation, let's say, any kind of situation, and I want you to think what your best version would do in that time. So the more you understand how your best version would act, the more you also get to know what the skill sets are. Okay? So let's say that your best version has an active social life. So what are those skill sets that the best version has to understand how he has an active life? Let's say probably the skill set could be having better communication skills, having a more appealing look to them, the best version, having more charisma, having more vocabulary, whatever it is, having understanding of non-verbal cues, understanding the person in front of you, and understanding those things and then talking to the person. That could be another way of being and having an active social life. Or being that kind of a person who's not uncomfortable when they go and talk to people. Probably your best self has that thing that they can go to anyone, any stranger, and they can make them their friend. And for that, you have to have really good communication skills, and you have to have some grip over that feeling of uncomfortableness. Okay, all that is so important. Those are skill sets. Okay, so I want you to note down those skill sets if your desire is that your best self has an active social life. Okay, I want you to note those things down. I want you to note down the skill sets. After you have made a skill set, I want you to find at least three. No, not at least three. At least one. Okay, I want you to find at least one skill set and max to max three, because I want this result thing to happen in 30 days. Obviously, because it's how to be the best version of yourself in 30 days. You can't like take down 6 skill sets and achieve them in 30 days. It's a bit tough to do that. So staying on this safer side and being conservative on this part, let's say that you take 1 to 3 skill sets that you want to achieve in these 30 days. And I'm telling you to do all these things in these 3 days, the coming 3 days, okay? So remember that. Now, once you noted these things down, first part is over, okay? Once you have 3 skill sets at max to 1 skill set, the thing that you have to do after that is to start to research, gain knowledge, learn the different things out there. Because the internet is filled with people who have gone through transformations, who have done some things in their life, have used certain techniques, have tweaked ways of doing things, have found new ways of doing things, and they have achieved success through that. So what I want you to do is to straight up just start doing that thing of researching. At first, I will tell you this right now. At first, it will be like a nightmare, but afterwards you will get used to it with time. Don't worry about that. Okay, if you're worrying like, oh my god, I'm taking so much time researching. Again, it's gonna take time because you have just started off, okay? Don't think that you're gonna be this kind of a person who's like a researching savant or something. You can just research things out in 5 minutes. It's gonna take time. It took me more than a year to have those abilities to research, okay? So it's gonna take time. So right now, I don't want you to be hard on yourself. That's why that was 3 days. The second step, which is researching, I'm giving you a week for that. If you put a week on researching, that is very important. At least like max to max a week. If you can do it in another 3 days, that's also amazing. Okay, another 3-4 days you can do it. Good. If you need 7 days to research, do it. Okay, allot the time for it. Let's say that you research 2 hours a day. Okay, for the 7 days or the 4 days that you're researching. And what I want you to do is again take note of those research, take note of those sites, take note of those people that are teaching you those techniques or paths. And what I want you to do is to try out all those paths. Try all those paths out, one at a time. Always remember this, very important. Do everything one at a time. Because if you don't do everything one at a time, it's just gonna get more confusing. It's just gonna get more overwhelming, and it's just gonna be so goddamn hard to do anything or to get anything done. Okay? So the important aspect here is not to get things done fast. It's about getting things done properly, because you're playing the long-term game. This is not the short-term game. Okay? This is not some quick 30 days complete thing kind of a thing. Okay? Because you want to improve more. You know that you want to achieve greater things, because once you reach that moment, once you achieve these 3 initial skill sets, or you start to see some results, you will want to go further ahead. It happens, it's basic human nature. You start to desire something even more, or you start to desire something new. So it's gonna happen. It's a long-term game. So I want you to understand that it's okay to take time. And if you're using the time frame that I'm giving you, you can do it 110%. And the second part is all about researching. As I told you, I'm giving you max to max a week to minimum 4 days for it. Minimum 4 to 3 days. Okay? Research it out. Don't be afraid to research and get all the ways down. I want you to take a note of all the ways that are there to achieving that skill set that you want to achieve. because at the end of the day, that skill set is going to be the thing that you're going to use to achieve your desires. Okay. The third thing, which is very important, which I've talked about, is to approach it in the right sense. Now, if you have approached it in the right sense, let's say that you have this thing of thinking that things can be done fast. That's the wrong perspective, because whenever you think that you can get something done in a month, and like your life will be so completely different in a month, and you will have this transformation in a month, it does not happen. Usually doesn't. Everything happens with consistency and consistent effort. Okay. So what I want you to understand is think in the long term. Don't think in the short term right now. Okay. Because short term is gonna go by, but long term is gonna stick. Okay. So I want you to develop consistency in this thing. Once you research, the next thing would be to try all the paths out. Don't be judgmental. Don't be closed mind. Okay, don't say that this is not going to work for me because of this reason. That's not going to work for me that reason. Try it out. Nevertheless, could be probably a legit reason for you to not try something out, but I would still tell you to try it out. Nevertheless, if you think that that is something doable, but you just don't want to do it, try it out. Okay, don't think twice. Don't think whether you should do it or not. Oh, if you do that, it's going to take more time and you're going to be wasting more time. Just try it out. Try it out for some days. Not necessarily a week, because it's a 30-day thing. Try it out for some days. If you don't like it, try another path out. But the most important thing is that you should try all the paths till the point you find a path that you feel that you can stick to and you can continue doing to gain that particular skill set. Because to get that skill set, there are going to be 1,000 ways of getting that skill set. But which way you choose is something that depends on your choice. Okay? Something that fits your personality. Something that resonates with you. You're going to find that. It's not going to take much time. Just take something that you like doing, you're comfortable with, or even if you're not comfortable with, you like doing, and just continue with that. Don't think twice. Don't think whether this is the right one or not, or what. Don't think about it. Seriously, if you feel that you're comfortable with it, you like doing it, you don't have any problems with it, continue doing it to the point that you feel that you can't do it and you just don't see yourself in that place doing it. Okay, that's the second last thing. And the last thing is to basically just keep doing that, and once you get some grip on those skills, you will see those skills coming out of you. Like you'll see those skills growing. And as those skills grow, the amazing thing is that you yourself are going to grow with those skills as well. And once you have those skill set, it's only the matter of using those skill sets and gaining the experience of using those skill sets to reach your desire. Simple. Okay, so this is the rundown of everything. Okay, I'm not going to extend this video any further, and I hope that you like this video. This video was action packed, I can tell you that much. And I hope that this video helps you and you did get a framework of how things are. I am gonna leave you a bunch of notes in the description. Okay, you can go check those notes out. Those are notes that I personally have written before I do a video. Okay, you can just go and check those notes out in the description. If you have not taken notes, okay, I know many of you might not have gotten a time to take notes. That's why I have an entire description section filled with the notes that I have. It's not going to be too long. You can just copy and paste it. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you understood what you have to do in order to reach there. And please don't get overwhelmed with this. I don't want you to get just like overwhelmed, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I don't want you to do that. Don't think about it too much. Okay. Think about what I have to do right now. Okay, think about what you have to do right now. The first thing that you have to do right now is to just understand who you are and understand what that best version is. That's it. That's the thing you want to do first. Instead of getting overwhelmed, you can do this thing of focusing on one thing at a time. That's why I say it's very important. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, always remember this. Do it one at a time. Take it one day at a time. Take it one thing at a time. As soon as you get overwhelmed, take it one at a time, and it's much simpler. It keeps you consistent. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed this video again. Okay, subscribe, okay, turn the notification on, see my different other videos that you want to see, whatever it is that you want to see those videos, and I'll see you in my next video or podcast, whichever comes first. And if you are watching the podcast, good, because I do the same thing in the podcast as well for those people who don't want to watch but they want to hear more. Okay, so you can check out my podcast as well. I will leave you the link to my Facebook group and some PDF guides that I have, as well as a podcast. Okay, I'll not forget to do that. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Whenever it is that I'll see you, and have a good day. Bye bye.